Alright, welcome once again to this month's show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Romi TV Africa at Dr. Robert Osoro. Yes. So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.
There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power. I'm not trying to fight you by the word of God. I am you now in the name of Jesus to break every chain, break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. Let's set.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Wednesday morning newspaper review. I'm your host Emmanuel Onyango, alongside my co-hosts
Regina Mwange. Good morning.
I'm Shalom. Welcome to the show.
So the news-making headlines today, we start from Kericho, where Kericho governor and deputy fall out days after being sworn in. The story comes about Mr. Kirui went public and confirmed that he and his boss had disagreed on managing the county affairs, adding that the two had not sat to discuss and agree on filing key positions in their government, especially the cabinet. He revealed the existence of a pre-election 60 to 40% power-sharing agreement, claiming he had been sidelined by the governor in nominations to the county executive committee. So we can see that the newspaper today will start from Kericho, whereby the governor and his deputy have fallen apart. They have ended up not understanding themselves, having a misunderstanding together, according to the management of the government of Kericho. What's your take in this?
I feel it's a bit discouraging that the governor and the deputy have to disagree at the beginning of their tenure. Even like before starting even the job that they were sworn in for.
Yeah.
So I think it's so discouraging to the people of Kericho. And for the sake of those people, the governor and the deputy should find out like what is the root cause of this and how they're going to solve these disagreements. Because I think according to the story, the deputy governor is coming in the limelight to tell people, you know, what is happening, to assure Kericho people that this is what is happening. And we have seen that the governor has not yet given that feedback or replied to the claims that the deputy gave. Yeah.
Yes, Michelle, what is your take on this?
Okay, what I can say, actually when you're going to choose your running mate, make sure that that person you are in good terms with him or her, because these things are not a good picture to the citizens that voted for them. So they should mind up and be in good terms as early as possible.
We can see that the deputy governor had said that he and his boss had disagreed on so many things. Mr. Crew failed to turn up for the International Coffee Day celebration at Fort Tenan in Kilkellion West constituency at the weekend, to the area in a few kilometers from his home. He's understood to have been attending to his private businesses at home. I can say that these two people can bring Kericho government down, because if they don't work together, people are going to be hurt, because they expected them to work together and do the work together. And so let's wait and see what the government is going to do about this, because they cannot live like that. And in our second story today, we are going to talk about the murder in Kiambu killings. And today it says that unresolved killings pile up as Kiambu becomes murder capital. On September 7th, Lucy Ngendo Waitadhu, a final year student at the University of Nairobi, was found brutally murdered in her rented bedsitter in Udhiru, Kiambu. Police investigation revealed that Ms. Ngendo was killed by people who knew her well, as she was killed in the daytime with no alarm being raised. Police believe she innocently opened the door to people who she knew, only to be killed and her half-naked body covered with a carpet. Lately, we have been having cases of death and killings of students, and mostly in Kiambu. You can see that in the Kiambu region, most universities are there. We can see that JKUAT is in Kiambu, and when you see that there are people who are targeting you, I think you cannot trust all your friends. Maybe they killed this lady because they were not. They were jealous of her, yeah. And most killings, the police say that the story ended up being that alifungulia milango wale ambao anawajua vizuri, sio? Anawajua vizuri akawafungulia mlango, lakini kumbe hao ndio vigeugeu wake, and they ended up killing her. Wakamficha chini ya carpet. What is your take on this matter, on the matter of killings in Kiambu?
I think we have already received so many cases in Kiambu, and most of these cases are always university cases. Yeah. So I'm wondering, our campus is safe, our college is safe for our children, for our daughters and sons. So I think something should be done, which I don't know how it should be done, because it's something that has been occurring each and every time. So I think the government should come in and offer security for university students. Yeah.
Miss Shalom?
Okay, I think killings in the universities has increased at a high rate, and especially to the girls' child. Yeah. So I think the government should look about these insecurities, yeah, and come up with solutions so that we can at least lower the cases. Yeah. So
I can say that this is going to be a concern for the parents, yeah, when they take their children to universities, because they live in fear, especially when now we are talking about Kiambu. Kiambu is becoming a murder spot right now. Parents are not going to stay safe. They are going to live as if they are seeing their children just going there. They are not going to be in peace. They are not going to stay safe. And let's see what the police are going to do about this matter, and I hope they'll get justice about this matter. Yeah, and in our third story today, we are going to see about, in our third story, we saw that how Kenya, Uganda compare in military firepower. Yeah, we see that yesterday when we were reviewing the yesterday's newspaper, we saw that the son of President, His Excellency President Museveni, yeah, had threatened to take over Nairobi. He said he's going to take over Nairobi in 2 weeks, and this is has brought alarms in the country, yeah, and we are going to see how the government is going to take take over about this matter, because it's not an easy matter to handle. The KDF is going to be involved in this, and the CS of security, of internal security, who is Mr. Is it Mr. Duale? Yeah, who is going to handle this matter. And this is not going to be an easy matter at all. What is your take, Miss Shalom?
Okay, I think one, Museveni Museveni is not, sometimes what can I say? That man is too, like anaona kuna too much power. Dictatorship. So like, your dictatorship yake acha in this country. This is Kenya.
Yeah.
We have our own leaders.
Yes.
So you should leave our country alone. Let's work on our country. Let him go and work in his country.
Let me ask you this, huh? Do you think the Kenya Defense Force and the Uganda People Defense Force, which one is more powerful?
See, of course our own.
Kenya Defense Force. You trust them so much, huh? Yours, your case?
I think Muhoozi, he's such a ridiculous joker. Because how on earth can you come to a country that is not even yours and you don't have any power and say that it will only take 2 weeks to capture Nairobi?
Yeah.
You know, I think that is some kind of a threat. Now, I'm wondering who he was giving this threat. You know, I'm wondering which threat was this, because I think that dictatorship and that some kind of so full of himself, he should take back to Uganda, because this is a democratic country, a country with constitution, a country that follows the rule of the law, not the rule of the people, the rule of the law. So Uganda, there is no law that is going on there. You know, the president leads the country with his own will. He doesn't listen to the cabinet. He doesn't listen to the people. He doesn't listen to the voice of whom he is serving.
Yeah.
You know, he serves according to how he feels. So I think Muhoozi should be given a warning, and Kenya should take that as a big threat, as a security alarm, you know, to just like stay on toes, because anything might happen. And this guy, whatever he made or announced to Kenyans, I think that is ridiculous. Something should be done.
My people, tell me about this matter. What do you think? Is the Kenya Defense Force ready to handle the Uganda People Defense Force? What's your take on this? Comment below. Let's see your views. Let's see what you think about this matter. And for me, I can say that Kenya is ready to fight at the moment, starting from the president himself. I don't think I know he has had this story, and he's not going to sit down and relax.
Yeah.
He's going to check out this story and see what he's going to do about it.
Yeah.
Maybe he can talk to His Excellency the President of Uganda. They solve this matter, because if they continue like this, Kenyans are not going to stay, especially Nairobians.
Yeah.
Because when he said he's going to take over Nairobi within 2 weeks, it's not an easy matter for all of us.
Yeah.
We are going to stay in fear, and we are not going to take it lightly.
Yeah.
In another story, we are going to see a story about let me check.
Okay, on the next story, we are going to talk about 2 minors who went missing, found dead. Because before we come now to Ruto's story, but for now we are going to talk about 2 minors who went missing, found dead. Let's first settle on this, then we'll come to Ruto's story as you look for it. The children lived with their grandparents in Mitua village in Kwanza constituency. Their bodies were found in a shallow stream on the Lukuyani farm in Kwanza constituency. So I think this is a story that is telling us that some people were found missing, and now they are found. You know, and in Kenya we have seen so many cases where people just go missing in a mysterious way, and then later on they are found in rivers, they are found thrown in forests. So I think Kenya we have a problem about security.
Yeah.
Too bad to say that. So I don't know what it's gonna be done, but I think we should take it as a serious note. So Shalon, what do you think about that?
Okay, I think insecurities have increased at a high rate in many places in this Kenya. So the government should come up with, I think, internal security should do something.
Yeah.
So that I think people are losing their life so much.
Yeah.
And it's not a good thing because you have security, you have internal security and external, and the cabin secretaries are there.
Yeah.
So I think they should come up together with the county government and make arrangements around to bring back peace.
Mr. Manu,
Yeah.
what can you tell us about this story?
We can see that killings are becoming rampant in Kenya.
Yeah.
And this is not an easy matter at
Yeah.
all. For me, I can say I'm also staying in fear right now. I'm fearing that I can just come out here and end up being killed. I want to see the Kenyan government taking over this matter about insecurity in Kenya. How are they going to take care of us when they are talking about the government of Uganda coming to take over Nairobi?
Yeah.
When they cannot take care of the internal security inside here. So what I just want to see is that the Kenyan government is taking over in the security sector so well, because we are their people. And President Ruto said he's ready to serve the Kenyans. He's going to take care of all the matters that come across when concerning the Kenyans at large. Yeah. So we can, yeah. So the next story here, we are going to talk about His Excellency President William Samoei Arap Ruto, Daktari himself, and we are going to see why Ruto retained Chelugui, the only Uhuru minister in his cabinet. Adil, we can see, before I continue this matter, we can see that President Ruto's cabinet, all of them were not all of them that he chose were not in the previous government. But we can see that in this story, he retained Mr. Chelugui as his cabinet. And a deal between President Ruto and the outgoing Labour Cabinet Secretaries, Simon Chelugui, for the latter not to run for a political seat, is said to have influenced his retention in the cabinet. Mr. Chelugui track record, especially in the water sanitation docket, has also been cited by people around President Ruto as part of the reason he was retained. Major dam projects including a 20 million shilling Mwache multipurpose dam project in Kwale County are credited to him during his stint at the ministry. We can see that I think Mr. President saw Chelugui as a hard-working person. Maybe he did a very good job that he decided to retain him. And I think let's wait and see what this Mr. Chelugui is going to be doing as he's being chosen as the CS. And the work that is going to be done there, I know he's going to do a very good job because the president believes in him. And the president also, not only Mr. Chelugui, but he's going to work with the entire cabinet to see that the country is going forward and everything is going on well. Ms. Shalom, what is your check on this Mr. Chelugui being retained?
Okay, I think on my side, it is seen that he was a good CS. Being retained from the previous company secretary to this new one, it seems that is a good he's a man that with dignity that can work very well. And I think there were two that were retained. I don't know the other one, but I think there were two. And it's a good example to the others that have joined right now. They should work like they'll never work again. So that's when we come to the next election, they still remain in the cabinet secretary team.
Basically, I can say that Mr. President retaining the only cabinet, the only Uhuru's cabinet minister, retaining him, I think he had a reason for that. Mr. William is someone who knows what he's doing. His way of thinking, it's a mystery. You cannot understand, but it's articulate. So I think him retaining this cabinet secretary who was in Uhuru's former cabinet, I think it's a good choice because there's something he saw in him, and I believe they're going to work together. Because actually he was the only one who was retained. The other Uhuru's cabinet, they went.
If I may ask, do you believe that the previous government, the President William Ruto, never trusted the previous government?
Okay, I'm not saying that he never trusted.
That's why he never chose any one of them, but he trusted only one.
But again, he had to work with those he knew, you know, his people,
but
his
for
close
me,
allies. He had to work with them.
But for me, I think it's because of loyalty. That's why he chose them.
Yeah.
I don't think he just did not want to do anything with the previous cabinet secretaries. But for me, choosing Mr. Cherugui there, it's let's wait and see what he's going to do about that. Because it's a weird factor, because he never selected anyone from that sector.
But at least he maintained him, meaning there's something he saw in him. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So, guys, talk to me at Romy TV Africa. Comment that down there and tell us what's your take on Mr. President selecting, retaining Mr. Cherugui as ECS in the current government compared to not choosing anyone from the previous government, and he wants to move on. So talk to me, let me see your comments, and let's go to the next story here. We have so many stories. Today's newspaper, Nil Nation. We can say that in Nyeri, a Nyeri woman, I interrupted Ruto's speech because I want a job for my hustler. Very good follower of Mr. Deputy President. Are you ready to work under his government? Are you a hustler?
I'm a hustler.
You're in the hustler nation.
Yeah.
So we can see that.
Every hustler matters.
So the story today here is a woman. A woman interrupted Ruto's speech. She's an elderly woman. Interrupted Ruto's speech because he was seeking a job for his son. And the story says that an elderly woman who caused a scene while President William Ruto was making his speech during the burial ceremony of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's brother in Hiriga village, Nyeri County, says she needed 400,000 shillings for his son to travel abroad to look for a well-paying job. Just from there, is the current government ready to offer this nation youth job?
For me, I think all we can do as Kenyans is just believe the youth, because basically they have not been long since they started. So I believe in them. I believe whatever they said about the youths and the hustlers. William Ruto is a hustler himself. So I believe given time, given the belief, given the trust, he will deliver.
So what you're saying, we should give them time?
Yeah, let us give them time. Everything
what
at
time will you give them? How long are you going to give them?
There's no how long here. It's when.
But they say they are ready to do the work immediately. If
okay, they have already started
the
doing other things. You cannot multitask. Yes, you can multitask, but again, you cannot do 10 things at once. So each thing at a time. Each thing at a time.
What are the other things?
Can you just tell me the other things? What he has currently done,
okay,
apart from farming?
Learning the price of food.
Yeah.
I've not heard about that story.
Which Kenya are you?
Current Kenya.
Which Kenya are you?
So what's your take?
Okay, we have seen him make relations with other nations about the debt, We have seen him, introduce initiatives that are going to help Kenyans to secure food, the food security in Kenya.
Yes.
Everything at a time. I believe when the time comes for now Hustler Matters and the youth, he will do it definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
Pace by pace, time by time.
That's a new story. You can see that a mother fighting for his son just to get a job in this hustler nation, and all of us here, we are ready to see what the government is going to do about this hustler nation, and let's see how we are going to get the work done by the president. So my people, we are going to see about some short business story here, little business story, and our story is making headline in the business today. We can see that Keroche orders to pay XMD 45 million shillings over sack, and Keroche Breweries is facing more woes after it was ordered to pay its former managing director Sam Sholei 45.5 million shillings for illegal sacking. Employment and Labor Relation Judge Helen Wasilwa termed Mr. Sholei's sacking in November 2018 and as unlawful because the former MD was not given a notice of or reason for his sacking. Mr. Sholei was fired hardly 1 year after he reported to work at the Naivasha-based brewery. The former MD was headhunted because of on his employment record. So this story, Keroche Breweries has been having so many stories, and the current stories today is that the former managing director was sacked, and they want him to be compensated. Compensated 45.5 million Kenya shillings, and I think this company is a very big company in Kenya, because if you can see that they are going to court, they want an unlawful sacking. We don't know what happened to his sacking, and it said that his sacking stemmed from an email he sent to the top management, and which was deemed as demeaning and disrespectful. He was also accused of poor performance after the company sales dropped. Miss Shalom, business. You're not good in business, aren't you? Let's talk. Talk to me.
But what I can say, when if someone has failed in his job, kindly just pay him and then let him go.
They should just pay him and let him go.
Yeah.
Yes, you're saying?
Oh, me? I think it's also the same.
The same?
If someone has done a good job, may it be good, may it not be good.
But that's
as long as they did something.
Yes.
You don't have the right.
But I don't think it's a huge case, because here they're saying he was stemmed from an email he sent to the top management, and he was deemed as demeaning and disrespectful.
That is disrespectful. An MD, a whole MD managing director, how on earth can you just sack him like a nobody? You know, I think there was some protocol and rules that are supposed to be followed for his sacking.
Yeah.
That was so disrespectful. And I think that company, if that is how they are working, then all the MDs there, you're at risk of being sacked the same way.
So all the MDs should be on toes. They
should be respected according to their position. Yeah.
Well, my people, that was the Wednesday newspaper review in the morning, and I was your host, Emmanuel Onyango. Follow me on Twitter, Emmanuel Onyango, and in Instagram, follow me at ot_eno_.
A good morning to you all. I'm Regina Mwangi. Follow me at my social media platforms, Regina Samuel Instagram, Facebook at Regina Samuel Twitter. See you tomorrow.
So guys, I'm Shannon. Hope you'll be enjoying the show. Kindly go and subscribe, share and comment. Say I thought about the show. You can follow me on TikTok at Shalom254, on Instagram at Shalom_Kenya. See you tomorrow, the same time, the same place.
Yeah, my people, stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, same place. I was your host, and have a good day.
Alright, welcome once again to Desmond Show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Romi TV Africa at Dr. Robert Osoro. So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.